Good morning, YouTube. Hey, Courtney here with Knowledge Well Media. Just wanted to touch base with you early on this morning. It's going on, what is it, 8:45, somewhere around in there. But anyways, end of March here. I think we have another day or two left. And just wanted to touch base with you and remind you, don't forget to hit the like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe and also share this information. It's important that we come together collaboratively and work together in spreading this information knowledge, right? Because knowledge is power. All right, so we just want to present you with as much information as possible, accurate information that's backed by precedents, the lower and higher courts, and constitutional protections as well. But you take this information, you eat the fish and throw the bones away, and you disseminate through this information and use it as applicable to you, okay? All right, so you're responsible and accountable. That's what being private is. So if you are truly private and not dependent on the public, then you will know how to apply this information, knowledge, and power and be responsible with it, okay? It's not for everybody, but it's for those who apply themselves, who are not just sheep that need a leader or a pastor or what have you, but those who can stand as a man or woman on their own 2 feet. And that's what the private is all about. We should not be divulging all information to you and doing all the homework for you. You have to find it, as it were, Hansel and Gretel. Remember that story? You know, the breadcrumbs. We drop the breadcrumbs. You guys got to pick them up and let them kind of get you on the right path. But you have to do your due diligence as well. Okay. Also, I'm noticing that I have the subscriber base, is growing. However, the views and all that kind of stuff are very low. So I find that outlandish, if you will, because it just doesn't translate well. It doesn't make sense. So what that means is that they're probably shadow banning the information. But I just want to make sure that you're doing your due diligence. Make sure it's not enough just to subscribe. You also have to hit the bell. I think that's on the bottom lower right underneath the screen. Or once you subscribe, it'll further ask you or prompt you to whether you want to be notified. Make sure you hit that bell so that each time I post that you'll get a notification. Otherwise, you might get the information 2 weeks later or something like that, or you might not get it at all. Check to make sure that you are subscribed when looking at even this video right here, okay? So this is kind of a test and an opportunity to make sure that you're all set up the way that you need to be so that you can stay in the know, all right? Shout out to A6, shout out to Finest Thing Walking, and shout out to James Lovett. We're doing it for you guys, and obviously for ourselves and our families as well. But hopefully we're doing what we are called to do, and we're bringing you information that is changing your lives and your families and friends' lives as well, okay? We truly care about what we do, and we enjoy what we do. It's not for everybody. Everybody isn't a researcher and astute, as it were. Some of us have not been taught those skills. We haven't been taught to critically think in the public systems, all right? We were never taught how to properly study. Everything was handed to us, and we were taught to toe the line and taught to just do what we're told. Sit in your seat. When the bell rings, you get up. When the bell, you get a 5-minute break, then come back and sit down. You know what I'm saying? Open your books. Read this, okay? We're moving on now. You ain't catching up. We're moving on. So that's how we were taught. But if you want to be successful in the movement and what we're doing here, I don't like saying movement, but for lack of a better term, I'll use that word. You have to learn and teach yourself to critically think. What does that mean? What does it mean to critically think? To critically think means to ask questions when you don't understand. And don't stop asking questions until you have an understanding. And then you don't just accept anything that's given to you, okay? Because a true teacher, a true informational source, I'll say, that truly cares and has a burden and a passion for what they do will make sure that the truth is found in you, okay? That's how you can measure a great teacher, because it shouldn't be about the money in the first place. And anyways, that's 5 minutes. All right, so I'm going to end, but I just wanted to let you know to make sure to subscribe, share, like, get these messages out there. Go through the list. Guys, the information that I've recorded in my videos is very much relevant. So go down the list. Don't just take today's message and go run with it, okay? Go back through the archives, especially the last maybe month or so, because all of that is kind of like a ladder of logic and reason, okay, upon which you build. Think about it, and I'll say this in closing. The school books that you were being indoctrinated from were from the 60s and 70s, but you were still using that information to get to some kind of belief system or core belief system today, right? And our children are still going through the same thing. That information is not new information. It's not like they just came up with that information and printed it the week of the test or what have you in schools today, right? No, it's old information. So don't be afraid. My point is to go back in the archives of these videos. A6, Grind, Finest Thing Walking, James Lovett, go back. Don't be afraid of that. And furthermore, you should be disseminating through those archives and building and forming your own movement in correlation with the truth that you disseminate. All right? All right. Enough said. 6 minutes and 32 seconds. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Get this message out there. And don't forget to hit the bell so you get notified each time I post. All right? They're shadow banning us because they don't want this information rolling out. Therefore, it behooves you to do your due diligence and make sure that you are getting notified. All right? Contact. Look down in the description below for contact information. Let's get on it. Courtney, Knowledge Well, signing out.